you make me float, float. Boy, you really give me high. Ooh, I feel like I'm on dope, dope. 'Cause you serve me on a regular.
Hi everyone, he's complete. I finished the routine and he is sleeping soundly. I decided to give him a little updo. There he is, guys. And I think we should get him dressed. Okay, so officially we can say that he was born yesterday. However, I had to take a slight break after I finished matting him. So really, he was probably born 2 days ago, but yesterday was his birthday. All right, guys. So I have not done anything with him yet. I haven't, other than to snuggle with him, I haven't given him a bottle. I haven't checked to see what pacifier size that he would use. But first thing we're gonna do is put a diaper on him. So I got this cute little thing off of Amazon. So I love this. It's just, where we can apply some powder. He's not shiny or anything like that, but we're gonna protect his little body parts anyway. Let's brush some of that excess off. All right, let's get you all dusted off, little man. He is so adorable, and he's already silky smooth. We're going to use this newborn diaper. This is not the one that he came with. That one, I'm going to just hold on to that one because it's so cute. All right. Oops, sorry, little man. Let's get you covered up so that you can be presented to the world. Oh, the newborn diaper fits him so well. Have y'all thought of a name for him? I have. Look at his little hands. I did his, glossed his nails. And look at his little feet. Got those all nice and glossed. And the inside of his mouth turned out so well. We got that glossed. And it looks really good. Ooh, little man, you caused me to work hard. But that's okay. Now we're going to put some socks on. These are kind of big socks, but they're so cute. And his feet are rather long. Should I tell you his name now, or should I wait until after he's dressed? I can't wait. I decided to name him, drum roll please, Caligula Liam Chambers. Yes, Caligula. Now, if you know, you know. Some of you old school people might know where I got the name Caligula from. I know that's going to be hard to remember, though. So if you want to call him Liam, or you want to call him C, that's perfectly fine. Y'all, is this going to be too big for Caligula? I don't know. We're going to test it out. He's a rather, like, I'm not going to say skinny, but he's not a chunk. Get you in this little cute outfit. I haven't even done a first try on, guys, so I don't know anything about his size other than that I knew the newborn diapers fit him well. So in case you were wondering, where did she get that name Caligula from? It comes from a very good movie that had Robert De Niro in it. It was called A Bronx Tale. And in it, there was, it's about an Italian family living in the Bronx alongside mobsters. And the young boy, he becomes fond of one of the mobsters. But his father, who was played by Robert De Niro, is trying to teach him that the respect that this person gets by being a mobster is not the respect that, you should be trying to get. So his son's name was Caligula. Well, Caligula, actually, and this movie takes place in like the 60s. Oh, this fits in perfectly. And Caligula meets, while he's in high school, he meets a young black girl and falls in love with her, a little young black teenage girl. And there's this scene where he's like, she's probably got a exotic name like Monique or Dominica or something like that, he said. And so he goes up and she introduces herself, and her name is Jane. And she says, Jane? He goes, Jane? And that's it. He goes, my name is Caligula, last name Anello. And that's where I got his name from. He said, but you can call me C. So y'all can call this little baby boy C as well. And you know what, y'all? Fam, this fits him perfectly. Now I got these little teeny shoes. I've never really have luck with shoes, but we just gonna get him dressed up because this is the day, if you're gonna get dressed up, the day you're being introduced to the world is the day that should happen. Okay. Do we know which one is left and right? Does it matter if you don't know how to walk yet? Does it matter if you're only 2 days old? All right, little C. He's sleeping so well, guys. Sleeping so well with his mouth open, just like mom. Hey, guys, allergy season, so C gonna know. We live in Cincinnati, man. Y'all, that is so adorable. Yeah, all right. And it's not too tight. And of course, I'm protecting his little toes with the socks, even though these are some big old socks. But they look good on him. Now, Caligula is not for sale. This is a baby that I made for myself. And as I probably mentioned before, I never thought that I was going to really get into this art, this hobby, for the purpose of making little ones. I always thought that I was going to get into this hobby to make them for y'all. And I'm not saying I didn't totally, I'm opening up this little pacifier and pacifier holder. And it's from Sweetie Pal, Itsy Ritsy, Sweetie Pal. Or let's hold it this way. Sweetie Pal by Itsy Ritsy. Yeah, But I never thought that I was gonna actually really love this these dolls the way that I did. Love creating them, love seeing them reveal themselves to me, and found out that I love snuggling them. And not just the silicone ones, even though the silicone ones obviously are the most realistic, but I snuggle my vinyl dolls too. All right. So here's your little toy. Put it on here. Look at me, y'all, acting like I ain't never did nothing like this before. I'm just used to them having little clips on them, but it's okay. It doesn't have to have a clip. Before we put that on there, let's give him a bottle first, because little man hasn't eaten yet. We're gonna stop for a minute. I'm gonna hold him and do a feeding. Okay, welcome back. I took off his shoes because, he's not going anywhere. He's just sitting at home with me. Okay, before we even start feeding him, since he's knocked out, let me show you his rooting. I did not come back and recomb his hair or anything like that because it's just so cute the way it is. But I rooted him with premium mohair, and as you saw, it was still attached to the hide, but the curl pattern was just so perfect. The curl pattern was so perfect. And you just can wet it with a little bit of water. And I did put a little leave-in conditioner spray just to moisturize it because I had to dye that particular hair because it was totally white. And I felt like it could probably use a little conditioning. So leave-in conditioner is perfectly okay. You just don't want to build up a lot of product. All right. So let's get this little man fed. And then we'll talk about my thoughts on this particular kit. All right, let's get you protected. I don't have a bib small enough for him. So we're gonna have to use this one for Collagelo. And let me teach y'all how to say the name right. Collagelo. It is really got an R in the name, like Collagero. But if you know, you're gonna let that R roll like Jello. So college and Jello, Collagelo. And here's my favorite bottle right now. This is the Tommy Tippy bottle. I will not say that this is the perfect nipple for his mouth because I already noticed that he would not take the rounded pacifier, even though it was a preemie pacifier. Looks like he's gonna need a flatter, so I'm not even gonna try to give him the pacifier. But he does take this nipple pretty well. Oh yeah, wipe off the excess. That's why I like having these little burp cloths. All right, little Mr. Collagelo. You hungry, man? Let's get that in there. Usually I like to, because I don't want to. Whoa, guys, look at him. He was super hungry. He is going to town. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed me going through the chronology of, did y'all used to do this? I've always used to do that with my babies. But I hope you guys enjoyed the chronology of me painting little Collagelo Liam Chambers. I love saying that. And I enjoyed painting him And I do have some thoughts, not just on this particular kit, but as I progress as a silicone doll artist, I'm noticing that regardless of whether or not the sculptor says this is a special soft blend, this is a medium soft blend, you know, the kits all take to the paint differently. Depending on what color you pour it, you're not going to necessarily just use brown paint and it's going to be a brown baby, the same brown baby. It's always going to be a little bit different based on all of those factors, based on how you mix your paint. So I wasn't sure how deep I wanted his color to go, but he doesn't even look like Kit. Kit, who is the Kit from Silicone Studio 2. I use just brown on her too, but her brown comes out totally different than his brown. So it's all based on those base colors. Another thing I noticed is that with his special blend of soft silicone, I easily, you know, bent the kit. So when I say bent it, I lay him down face first so that I can do his back. And this is very early on in the painting process. And I twisted his lip somehow, probably when I was spinning that cake plate. But anyway, his lip stayed twisted. And so now he looks like he has a cleft palate, which I think I mentioned before. And even though it's not as twisted as it was before, it still happened. It's still there. And I don't have a problem with it. I think it's cute, actually. I love that detail. It's very realistic for a little baby to have something like that. Another thing, and on that same line before I move on, Claire Taylor made 2 videos about Kent asleep. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been more, but in one of those videos, she also addressed that the silicone is so soft and easily very flexible, because this one doesn't have armatures. So she showed us an example of one without armatures. And the head, she said, stretches, the neck stretches. So she puts reinforcements in her dolls to prevent the head from falling off. And I recall, before I ever had a silicone, before I ever actually thought about owning a silicone, I thought they were super fragile. And I remember a conversation that me and my sister had, who is Sunflower Baby Angels. And Sunflower Baby Angels, she's got her own channel. She's on TikTok, so please check her out. But she was interested in getting the silicone doll right when we were painting, at the height of us painting vinyl dolls. And I was like, no, there's so much trouble and you got to do all this and blah, blah, blah. And plus they're super expensive. But when Bountiful Baby started bringing in partial silicone kits, it was like, man, you're a doll artist. You got to try this. So we got our hands on the kit and realized that it was a game changer. Well, first painting it was a learning curve, but once the finished product came out, it was just like, yeah, I think we both liked it. We said the same thing. We're like, I don't want to do any more vinyl dolls. I want to paint silicone dolls. I want to create this, because just having, you know, an outcome like this and the feel of this is just, to me, is what I really look for in a doll. But I thought, they're going to be so hard to take care of. And you got to dust them and they're going to get sticky. Well, I have several silicone dolls in my collection. And I have never had to dust any of them yet. Now, I haven't had them for years and years and years. And I don't play with them. And I don't like dress them and undress them constantly or anything like that. And I typically don't even really take them out. Like, I take them to my mom's house. We took them to, yeah, that's it, just to my mom's house. Oh yeah, I took one doll on vacation with me, but that's just another story. Anyway, so point is, they're not that hard to take care of. They're not that hard to maintain. But depending on the silicone used, you have to be careful of things like the neck. You don't want the neck to stretch, and you don't want to pull on the arm, because even though some of the other kits that I did that didn't twist up when you laid their face down, you know, they were very, that's why I was so like, when I was painting Colangelo, I didn't think that I was being too rough in his mouth. So you just have to treat every silicone doll as if they're a real baby, and you can't be rough with it. You can't be pulling on it. You can't let somebody else pull on their toe because they're like, oh, that toe looks real. You know, they pull on the next thing you know, it's got a crack in it and you got to fix it. Or send it to somebody who can fix it for you. So yeah, Claire Taylor does indicate that she puts reinforcements in her dolls because she feels like if you picked it up the wrong way and the head just flops, because this baby doesn't have any armatures and the head does flop, she's like, that head might just fall off. So we want to prevent that from happening with any of your dolls, but especially with this particular kit from this particular edition. Beyond that, I'm so used to babies that are chunky. I always thought those little chunk babies are just so adorable. But y'all, guess what? This baby looks so realistic as a newborn. When I first saw him unpainted and I saw like that, the crown of his head and how it was so elongated, and like his eyes, the way his eyes are, kind of remind you of like a baby who just got born and is kind of swollen, and he hasn't packed on that fat yet. That's what Kent reminds me of, Colangelo reminds me of. And that's why I love this kit. This kit was a pleasure. And I am so happy, you guys. I'm happy I filmed it, even though I had some challenges filming it in my office. That was the first time I had to film a painting video in my office. And it was not that easy. Even though I love painting in my office, it's just filming. It's not that easy. But I'm just so happy you guys joined me. And I hope that if you like this type of content, you will consider subscribing. And I love your comments. Keep them coming. I read every comment. And, hit that like button for this video, for all of the videos that you like. And that'll keep me making more content for you to like. And I just want to thank you again for all of your support. You guys have a wonderful day. Oh yeah, we got to burp the baby. We can't go nowhere until we burp the baby. Got to burp the baby. You feed a baby and not burp him. Poor little thing. What was I thinking? Oh. Yeah. This is what it's all about. It's that role play. And y'all, role play doesn't mean that you have to put the baby in the stroller and go out to the mall and, trick people or whatever, or see people's reactions. Role play is just sitting here and just feeling like you got this little one in your arms that feels like a real baby, and it's just that comforting feeling. For me, it takes away my anxiety. So that's what role play is for me. And it's no judgment. Because if role play for you is going out and seeing reactions and, you know, taking your art doll and pretending for a while that it's a real baby, that's you. Never, never, never let anybody tell you how you should appreciate your hobby or your life, as a matter of fact. If you're not hurting anybody else, baby, do you? Because I don't let nobody tell me, you know, why are you playing with a doll? Why you worried about it? All right, guys. See ya. Talk to you later. Bye.